back with our early picks for UFC 308. I find it's a really good card, really interesting card. So I just wanted to talk about it. Today's Monday. There's some odds that I find are pretty interesting. I have some picks, just some general stuff I want to talk about. And remember, guys, these are picks. I'm going to give out a little bit of bets, but everything's subject to change. So there's about 5 days left before the card. So let's get right into it. We have Bruno Silva versus Ismael Nardiev. This fight is a little bit like both guys are kind of not good, but I think Bruno Silva's probably gonna get the win here. This guy Nardiev is not super good. I mean, he went 3-3 in his last six, I believe. Yeah, one, two, three, one, two. Yeah. So and he got kicked out of the UFC, right? Over here, he got kicked out, and then he went on to do okay on the regional scene in Brave, but I don't see why Dana's giving him another shot in the UFC. I don't really think he deserves it. I don't think Bruno Silva is some sort of world beater, but I do think Bruno Silva has fought a little bit better competition. I mean, he lost to Chris Weidman, Shara Magomedov, Brendan Allen, and Alex Pereira. Like, these are decent fighters. Like, especially Alex Pereira and Brendan Allen are pretty decent fighters. Gerald Mearshart, okay. He's pretty good. Like, even at his age, he's okay. And then Shara Magomedov, okay, whatever. He's an upcoming striker. He's an upcoming prospect. And then Chris Weidman looked really good that night. And I mean, he poked him in the eye a couple times, but I think Silva's overall better here, and I'm gonna pick him to win this fight. But I see this more as a 50-50. But and Bruno Silva's not really the most reliable fighter, so I'm gonna pick Bruno Silva here. Next, we have Ibo Aslan versus Rafael Cerquera. Ibo Aslan, I find this guy is funny as hell. He loves Turkey. He's just a really funny fighter, and I think this is his debut, Cerquera's debut in the UFC, I believe. And there's not much tape on this guy, so I don't know how this fight's gonna go because I haven't been able to see what this guy is all about. We don't know really much about this guy and him, Ibo Aslan. We've only seen him in the UFC, I believe, twice. Yeah, once in UFC and once on Contender Series. He's he's decent, man. I'm not gonna say he's good, like, but he's funny. He's like the way he reps Turkey is just very silly, and I love when people rep their country so hard, and I think it's been pretty cool to see. I'd like to see Aslan get the win. But I don't know much about either of these guys. We haven't been able to see much tape, so it's going to be a good match. I'm excited to see what's going to happen. Now we have Fakhretdinov versus Carlos Leal. Carlos Leal, late replacement over here. It used to be Nursultan Rudzaboyev, and most people are leaning with Fakhretdinov. I'm going to have to lean with him too. When you get a late replacement, most of the time they don't win, and Carlos Leal, not really the greatest fighter I've ever seen. He's okay. He's coming from the LFA. He's getting short notice in the UFC. Most guys are brought in here to lose when they're coming in short notice. Brought in here to lose. So we'll see. I haven't seen much tape on this guy either, so I don't know too much about him. So I'm just gonna lean Fakhretdinov. I'm probably butchering his name, but I'm gonna lean him for the win. Now we have Farid Bashrad versus Victor Hugo. I'm just gonna pick Bashrad by decision, but Hugo has a lot of ways to win this fight. I find Bashrad's style is pretty weird. Him and his brother have a pretty weird style, but they get the job done most of the time. I did pick his brother to lose versus Ayman Zahabi, but I don't think. I think he should win this fight. I think he should win this fight. Bashrad should win this fight, but don't be surprised if Hugo gets an upset. Kennedy Nzechukwu versus Chris Barnett. This is a fun fight. I'm picking Chris Barnett for the meme. Kennedy Nzechukwu sold my fucking parlay when he lost to OSP. He was also a fucking minus 550 favorite. But Chris Barnett probably shouldn't win here. This guy's massive. He's way bigger. It's a heavyweight. It says 205, but yeah, latest weight. Chris Barnett's gonna be way bigger. I don't think Chris Barnett's gonna wrestle or grapple at all in this fight. He's probably just gonna try to catch him with some flying knee or spinning heel kick. But if Nzitchukwu is able to establish his range with his teep kick and his jab, I think he should probably win this fight. But I think it would just be a really funny meme if Chris Barnett somehow gets the win. Um, but yeah, this just depends on Nzitchukwu and how he's feeling. If he has the gas tank and if he's able to go all 3 rounds, he should probably win. Abus Magomedov versus Bruno Ferrera. I have Bruno over here because I put this a couple weeks ago. I'm gonna pick Magomedov by decision, but don't be surprised if Bruno Ferreira is able to get a round one knockout. Round one knockout. I'm gonna lean Magomedov, but I will probably be sprinkling. Holy shit! A lot of people think he's gonna get a knockout. I will probably be sprinkling a little bit on Bruno Ferreira by knockout because if you look back, 7 KOs in the first round. But who's he beating? Dustin Stolfutz, Phil Hawes, Gregory Rodriguez. That one actually aged pretty well. But like, yeah, look, he's just knocking everyone out in the first round. But Phil Hawes and Dustin Stolfutz, it's not very good wins. Like they're not really good fighters. Abus Magomedov. One thing that does concern me though, he has been knocked out in the first round before in PFL. I think it was. I don't know. Yeah, it was this one. Yeah, this was bad. This guy Lewis Taylor was like 40 years old at the time, I believe. Yeah, that was his last fight. How old is he now? Yeah, 45. Yeah, he shouldn't have won this fight, Lewis Taylor, and he knocked him on the first round. It was pretty bad. So we know Magomed does not have the greatest chin, and I think versus Bruno Ferreira, maybe Bruno could get a round one knockout, but Magomed is longer. He has more range. Look, he's 6'2". This guy's 5'10", 78-inch reach advantage, 78 inches in reach, 72 inches in reach. So it's gonna be tough, but I think Abus decision, but sprinkle a little bit Bruno by knockout in the first round. We have Said Nurmagomedov versus Daniel Santos. I'm gonna pick Said. Said has a good chance. I think the odds makers have it right over here. This shit's a little bit wide. I would like it a little bit more, like minus 225. But yeah, Said Nurmagomedov with the pick. Pretty straightforward. Now we have Oral By, the caveman. I love this guy. It's so funny. It's really just a unique character. But I also love Mateusz Rembetsky. He's a good fighter. But in this fight, I'm gonna have to take Oral By. He's good. He's in a good camp. He's with Uriah Faber, I believe. Why does it say this? Pretty sure it's with Uriah Faber. Never mind. Okay, I guess I'm wrong. Anyways, he's good. He's a solid prospect. I'd like to see him do good in the UFC. He's fun, even though he doesn't speak English. I don't even think he can see straight. But yeah, he's a fun fighter. I'd like to see him get the win. I think he's probably going to be a lot bigger than Rebetsky in this fight. And Rembetsky, he's got a lot to prove coming off this last loss to Diego Ferreira. So we'll see what's going to happen. I'm going to pick Oral by decision. Jeff Neal versus Rafael Dos Anjos. I have Dos Anjos here, but I'm going to switch it to Neal. After looking at a little bit more tape, studying a little bit more, I think Neal's just the more active, like not active, but like I think he's going to be able to do more in this matchup. Dos Santos is getting a little bit older now. It's not like he hasn't like shown that he's getting older. He's shown that he's able to stand the test of time. But I'm gonna have to lean Neal in this fight. I mean, he put up a pretty decent fight against Shavkat. I think that was his last fight. Oh no, yeah, he fought Machado Gary. was a pretty close fight, but yeah, I think Hands of Steel Neil, he still got it even at 35 years old, 34 years old. Sorry, um, it's a 6 year age difference. I'm gonna go with Neil. I don't think he's gonna be any like. I don't think he's gonna be fighting for any championship anytime soon. But I do think he still has what it takes to beat Rafael dos Anjos. Next, Sharon Magomedov versus Armin Petrosian. Listen, over here I have Magomedov. I'm gonna switch it to actually decision, but I do think Petrosian is live in this fight. People are doubting him. I don't know why. Petrosian is a pretty clean kickboxer. He has some good wins. Like he beat CLD, AJ Dobson, Gregory Rodriguez, like, and he's only losing to Kyle Bohallo and Rodolfo Vieira. I mean, anyways, Armin Petrosian is a decent kickboxer, so you have to be careful against a guy like Sharab Magomedov, which honestly, I don't think he's that good. He just has some pretty weird flying kicks, like not flying kicks, but like some crazy kicks. Everyone likes to glaze him online and saying, "Oh, this guy's amazing." Yeah, because he looks like a leprechaun pirate from Dagestan. He can't wrestle. I mean, I don't know. I don't see what people see in this guy. I don't think he's that good. I'm gonna pick him to win, but I think Armin Petrosian could shock the world. Not shock the world. I mean, it's not that much of a dog, but a lot of people are gonna be betting on Magomedov. I wouldn't really bet on him, but I think he could win. But Petrosian's probably also could win. So next, now this one's gonna shock you guys. I'm picking Rakic in this fight. Yeah, he's still a massive underdog. If we go on this side too, we look over here. Magomed Ankalaev, Alexander Rakic. Oh, this is the wrong side. Magomed Ankalaev, Alexander Rakic. Look at this. Magomed Ankalaev started as minus 250. He's minus 393 now. Alexander Rakic started as plus 195. He's plus 300 right now. Guys, lock in your bets right now on Rakic by decision. Actually, you know what? No, he could finish him too. So we're going to go Rakic money line. Yeah, look, 2 losses. Who's he losing to? Jan Blachowicz, freak injury, comes back, has a staph infection, but he's such a Chad that he didn't want to pull out of UFC 300. Was beating the shit out of Yuri Prohaska in the first round, but remember, he had staph infection. So he's going to be very tired after the first round, gasses out. Okay, who's going to fault him for that? Not me. We look at Magomed Ankalaev. Who has he beat since 2022? Johnny Walker, that's it. Look, Johnny Walker. Wow. This is the guy that's going to beat Alex Pereira. This guy sucks. This guy is absolutely shit. He's tapping to Paul Craig the last minute of the fight. In the last minute of the fight, he's tapping to Paul Craig. Who's he beating? Absolutely nobody. Ian Kutalaba twice. He's beating nobodies. Anthony Smith, wow. An old Thiago Santos, wow. Cool. Johnny Walker, yo, draw to Jan Blachowicz. Jan Blachowicz TKOing him with leg kicks. Alexander Rakic is a fucking strong guy. He's going to kick those legs. And it's a 3-round fight, which favors Rakic. If Rakic doesn't have staph infection, I'm taking Rakic, a plus 300 underdog. I'm sorry, but this guy is shit. I really don't like Magomed Ankalaev. I don't find him that good. Because he has a name that ends with V and he's from Dagestan. Bro, this guy can't wrestle. He's not even that good. He's a point kickboxer. Okay? So, flame me in the comments. I don't care. When Rakic wins, I'm going to be the one cashing the tickets. Next. Lerone Murphy, Dan Ige. I'm taking Dan Ige. Taking Dan Ige by decision. Because we look at Dan Ige. He's an underdog. He's actually a bigger underdog than this, I believe. Let's see. Yes, look at this. Plus 185. Plus 185 underdog for Dan Ige. He just came off a 3-round war with Diego Lopez. Absolute Chad takes the fight on 4 hours' notice. Laurent Murphy, listen, he's very good. He's very, very good. But look at his decisions. I think if he goes to decision with Danige, and Danige is able to land a couple power punches in round two and round three, Danige could probably secure the win. If Danige is able to keep this fight standing the whole time, not get his back taken, not get taken down, I think Danige could win. So I'm going to be betting on Danige in this fight. And no one agrees with me. But when I shock the world, you guys are going to see. Next, another wild take. We're taking Whitaker in this fight. Whitaker, this is a 5-round fight. Hamza Chimaev loses every time. He loses every second round, third round. He sucks. He has no cardio. He's a first round fighter and that's it. Whitaker, on the other hand, is a fourth and fifth round fighter. This guy breaks people going into the later rounds, going into the championship rounds. Whitaker is going to break Hamza Chimaev. He just has to survive the first round. If he's able to survive the barrage of Hamza Chimaev trying to wrestle him, we don't know what's going to happen in Hamza. This is not a wrestling match. If Hamza gets his takedown stuffed, we don't know what's going to happen. He's going to gas. If this turns into a striking match like Hamza versus the concussed, broken knees Usman, where he almost lost, Whitaker's going to piece him up. He's going to kill him. Whitaker's going to maul him. So I'm taking Whitaker by decision, or take Whitaker over 3.5 rounds. And look at this. It says plus 185 over here. We go over here. Guys, this is the time to lock in your bets on the underdog. It says plus 185. But you open at plus 155. This over here, it's at its peak right now. It's going to drop down. So make sure if you're thinking of betting on any of these dogs, the line is going to move. So you're going to have to be in a hurry. Like, look, Holloway's already starting to move. I locked in my bets yesterday. Holloway's going to start to move. You guys are going to have to move quick if you're trying to bet on the underdogs. You guys might be already spoiled because you saw what I just said. Max Holloway by decision. Yes, I do have a times 1,000 parlay with all four of these underdogs. Yes. Okay? Yes, I am going to be making generational wealth. Yes. I'm going to be paying for my kids' college tuition with this parlay. I'm going to buy a nice Lamborghini with this parlay. 4 legs of underdogs. Right here, you heard it first. We're taking Holloway by decision. Is this a mentally retarded claim? Yes, it is. Should Ilia Topuria win this fight? Probably. But I'm still going to take Holloway because, yeah, he's my boy. I think Ilia, listen, if Ilia, like real talk, Ilia probably should win. He's a better grappler. He's a better power puncher. But Holloway, because both guys like to brawl, and if this is the one catalyst of the fight. Like I said, Ilia, the one thing I've noticed from him is if you take the fight to him and you don't let him to set his feet and getting in that like perfect drill, like everything. Oh, this is what I practice. Slip this, boom. Bam. If you just start brawling with him and you take the fight to him and you just full on attack, his defense is not that good. He's good at slipping and blocking and moving away crisp. But if you're just gonna start barraging him with punches and kicks, and Max is fucking good at this. Even though he has a long range, he loves being inside the pocket with hooks, spinning back kick from like right here, like this close. He's gonna spinning back kick you in the face. I think Max could get the job done. I think it's probably gonna be by decision, and yeah. So lock in that 4 leg, boys. We're gonna make some generational wealth, and if real talk, guys, if you guys are planning on betting any of these dogs, I do believe this is going to be the best price we're going to get. So try to lock them in pretty quick. But yeah, these were my picks, subject to change. But I think they're pretty decent picks, especially that they're all underdogs. So I might get a lot of flack from you guys. There's a guy named Yanni. He's my biggest hater. He might be hating in the chat, in the comments. But anyways, Let me know what you guys think. Subscribe. Follow our Instagram, which is called the betting profits. Yeah, the cage profits. Anyways, thank you guys. See you later. Back.